Do you own a property in Wisconsin that you're thinking about selling? Are the repairs adding up? Is it becoming too unaffordable or just too much to maintain on your own? My name's Carter Crowley, owner of CV Home Solutions, a local family-owned business where we purchase properties directly from homeowners like yourself. There's nothing more stressful than spending money on home repairs. The furnace goes out, there's $5,000. The basement starts leaking water, there goes another $2,000. The roof needs replacement. The expenses keep adding up. The stress, the uncertainty that comes with this. You have the constant worry, is there gonna be enough money at the end of this month? And you might have even tried to hire contractors in the past. They might have done shoddy work or they didn't perform like they originally told you that they would. And this results in a bad experience and the lack of desire in wanting to move forward hiring other contractors to fix the place. And ultimately, the last thing you might want to do is declutter the place, put things in storage, stage the house, have dozens of strangers walking through the place when you list it for sale with a real estate agent. And on top of that, give them 6% or 5% or 7% of your home proceeds. And that's ultimately why more than 200 homeowners have decided to work with us when selling their property. We keep it simple. We purchase the property as is. There's no additional repairs or cleaning or maintenance that you need to do. We can buy it on your time frame. So if you need a month, if you need 3 months, if you need 6 months, if you need a couple weeks, we can make whatever time frame work on our side. And we can even purchase it if there's tenants in place. Now I know what you might be thinking. Do we just come in, provide some sort of lowball offer that we pull out of our you-know-what? So let me address this question right away. Our process for determining an offer price that we can pay you is fairly simple. It's a formula that we use. We always look at what is the property worth once it's completely fixed up in like new condition. So this means if we have to change out the flooring, we'll change out the flooring. If we have to paint, install new kitchen cabinets, install a new bathroom, siding, windows, roof, you name it, we've experienced it in the past and we know how much to budget for those things. So we run through a quick analysis, and I have my real estate license here in Wisconsin, so we look at the same thing real estate agents would, and we compare to other remodeled houses that have sold in the past 6 months. Now, once we have that value, we factor in how much in repairs it's going to cost us. We have several contractors that we work with on a consistent basis, so they give us discount pricing so we can offer you a more competitive price for your property. And then lastly, we factor in a profit margin that we need to make. Obviously, we're a business, we need to make something, and it all depends on the remodel or the scope of remodel that we have budgeted for. So the more remodeling that needs to be done, the more profit we need to make because it's a little bit higher risk project. The less remodeling that needs to be done, the less money we need to make because it's a lesser risk project. So all these things determine how much we can pay you for your individual property, and that's ultimately how we back into the purchase price that we would be offering you. Most companies in our line of work hide the truth from you as the homeowner. They lie about what it's worth once it's going to be done. They overinflate the rehab costs because they're just untruthful. They want to offer you less money. And they never actually walk the property owner through how they're determining the value that they can ultimately pay. This leads to uncertainty. You feel like you're getting taken advantage of, and ultimately doesn't lead to a win-win situation in the long run. And now you might also be thinking, hey, I think my house has too much work. There's no one who's going to want to buy it. And that might be true for the average homeowner. But on our side of things, buying over 200 different places, we've experienced fire damage house where the roofs are collapsing. We've experienced collapsing foundation walls where things are crumbling in on themselves. Water damage, mold in 50% of a house, electrical issues, plumbing issues, flooring, outdated bathrooms, kitchens, paint, you name it, we've experienced it, and we know how to fix that on our side so it does not scare us away. And with all that being said, you also might be wondering, how do you know when it's the right time to sell? And the thing is, I can't decide that for you. But if you're at the point, or if you're like any of the homeowners that we've helped in the past, selling their property relieves this burden, this stress, this anxiety that's involved with owning the place. Their life becomes much simpler upon selling it because they don't have the worry. They don't have the thought of, hey, what if this goes out, or what if the roof starts leaking, or what if something happens with the tenants that are in the place? They have that relief lifted off their shoulders, and it makes their life a heck of a lot easier. They can simplify things, move into an apartment, or do honestly whatever they want to do with the money that they get. And on our side, we try to make the process as simple as possible. We can help you with coordinating a move. We can adjust timelines to match up with whatever you're looking for. We can even buy your property in advance of you purchasing or moving into the next one to allow you all the cash proceeds you need in order to make that move without worry. And if there's tenants there and they're good tenants, we honestly honestly want to keep them in place. We're not in the business of buying a place, kicking people out, and then having to do a huge remodel. Ideally, we would like them to stay. If they're not paying, obviously we can handle that on our side to relieve the burden of you having to go through the eviction process or kicking someone out that you have a relationship with. And because we are local, because we're family owned, reputation is everything to us. The decisions I make are not taken lightly, and we want to have a great reputation in the long term. Obviously, you can see from this video, I'm a younger guy. I plan on being in the business for a while, and that's through helping homeowners like yourself, doing exactly what we say we're going to do, and performing on the timelines that we say. But I don't want you to just take my word for it. Everything that I said can be taken at face value. You don't know me or the past track record that we have with helping out homeowners, so I would like to share those experiences with you right now. So a recent house that we bought near the Wisconsin Dells area from Alex and Jones was a property that they had owned for roughly about 7 or 8 years. It needed some maintenance, it needed some repairs. They didn't want to deal with it on their side of things, so she had reached out. Her and Jones had called us. We were talking through things on the phone. They wanted to learn a little bit more about the process, and they honestly wanted a rough estimate as to where they thought we would be at price point wise. So I was asking them some questions. We were going over the condition of the place, what it might need as far as repairs. There was some mold going on. So we went over all of these things on the phone, and I was able to provide them a rough estimate on value. And we've bought enough properties at this point that I know our cost down to $1 per square foot basis. Of course, we are going to want to walk through it at some point, but I was able to give them a price range that I thought we would be in, and then after seeing it in person, I verified, and we were in that price range, and we were able to help them out without them having to lift a finger, worry about these miscellaneous repairs, worrying about cleaning the place out, painting it, putting in new flooring. It was a very simple and easy process for them, and they were able to move into that next dream house of theirs that didn't need any of the remodeling. And another example is Ella and Nathan in Neenah, Wisconsin. They had inherited a property, and they just didn't want to go through the clean out process, do the updates that were needed. It was pretty original to the 1970s, 1960s, and it was a little bit dated. So what they had done is they had inquired online, similar to what you might be doing right now. She had filled out the form, and then I had reached out to Ella. I had her walk me through, hey, what's going on with the place? What's happening? Explain to me a little bit more on how we can help or what you see moving forward that would be extremely helpful. And when I had come out to tour the place, I noticed, okay, it's a little bit dated. The structure is great. There was several updates. There were several things that needed to be addressed. But as we had walked her and Nathan through the process, they had realized, hey, we don't want to spend 6 to 12 weeks fixing this place up ourselves. We don't want to have to continue to come over here to mow the lawn. We just want to wipe our hands, be free of this particular place, walk away with a good chunk of money, and not have to worry about a thing. And for Ella and Nathan, the big thing was, because it was an inherited property, they wanted to see the finished product. So of course, on our side of things, when we're going through the renovation phase, it looks like one thing at the start, it looks completely different once it's completed. So after we had finished the entire renovation, they came through, they saw the new kitchen with the quartz counters, they saw the new bathroom with the new quartz counters in there, all the brand new flooring, the brand new paint, windows, siding, everything was completely done, and they were ecstatic with the finished product and how it actually looked. And Ella had even mentioned to me, because they had other investors come up. The other investors were nitpicking the property, almost to the point of belittlement. Like, hey, this thing's wrong, this needs to be addressed, this is ugly, oh, this is a huge concern over here. Why didn't you guys take a look at this? You know how much this is going to cost. They were almost to the point of being rude, and that is not our style. When I'm walking through a place, it is not to make you feel inferior or to embarrass you about the condition. I'm looking at the structure of the property and what we would spend on a remodel. At no point during the process will I embarrass you about what is going on with the place. That is not my goal. Our goal is to be able to help out, ultimately get you out of the situation or get you out of the property that you currently have without any hassle, without any worry. So we've seen and done everything here at CB Home Solutions. I've talked owners through different scenarios. Regardless if we can buy your property, we can at least point you in the right direction. And if you feel like any of these scenarios that I've been previously discussing might hit home or apply to you, then what I would love to do is have you take the next step. All you have to do on your side, fill out the property address, your phone number, your email on this page in the form down below or to the right side of this video, and then I will personally reach out, or Joe, who's my brother-in-law, will reach out to have a conversation about what's going on. We'll go through some details on the place. It pings through right to my cell phone, so I will reach out just as soon as I can. But again, All you have to do, fill out that form. There's no obligation, there's no pressure, there's no crazy sales tactics that we use. It's just a real conversation about how we can help, or if we can't help, we'll at least point you in the right direction. But just fill out the form and I'll have a conversation with you soon.